Hey everybody, Andy Traub here. I want to tell you about one of the best things I ever did for my business, and it's because I think it applies to your business. Very well could apply to your business. And if it doesn't apply to your business, I am very confident that it applies to one of your hobbies or passions. So one of the best things I ever did for my business was to say yes. What I said yes to was being a co-host of a podcast called Business Tech Weekly with my friend Cliff Ravenscraft. Now at the time, I think I reached out to Cliff just as a listener, as a fan, as someone who wanted some information, and also knew that we had some mutual friends. So when I reached out to him and we started to talk tech, as geeks like us do, he just said, hey, do you want to do a podcast with me about business technology every week? So Business Tech Weekly. I know, we're real creative. And the reason that that's been wonderful for my business is twofold. One, the exposure it's brought me. There are millions upon millions of people that have iTunes on their computer or an iDevice, an iPhone, an iPad, iPod Touch, things like that. And so I have exposure to all of those people because of that podcast. So exposure is one thing it's definitely brought me. And number two is it's brought me confidence. Confidence to produce my own podcasts, like the Linchpin podcast, where I talk about Seth Godin's book called Linchpin. And the reason I'm making this video is to tell you, one, that if you have thought about doing a podcast, frankly, I think you should. And if you want to do it in such a way that you save the most money and time, then I'm going to tell you to spend some money. And Cliff has a course coming up in March, and it's, I think it's 8 weeks, but there'll be a link below this video that you'll be able to go to that. But the course basically takes you from, do I have a legitimate idea for a podcast, to how do I actually start one with creating content ideas, building an audience so people are listening, and then the more technical aspects of how do I set up a website that feeds my audio to iTunes, and how do I set up iTunes so that people can hear my podcast. And I can just tell you, because I try to do all those things on my own, and praise the Lord that you can delete podcasts on iTunes, because mine was horrible. Horrible. Because by the time I got done, I sounded like a machine, because I had to mess with the audio so much to sound anywhere decent. Ended up destroying it because I just didn't do anything right. So save yourself a lot of time and heartache, and take this course if you're seriously interested in starting a podcast. Now, I think it's like $800 or something like that. But I can just tell you that if your time is worth $10 or $20 an hour, then you're talking about 40 to 80 hours of your time that you could, in exchange, do it on your own. But the heartache and the frustration, and frankly, the level of production you're going to get if you try to do it yourself, it's just not worth it. It is just not worth it. Now, I've had the benefit of having Cliff as a friend, and so he's helped me with some things, but I've also purchased products from Cliff. And I can tell you, every product I've ever purchased with him is included in this course. So I'm telling you as a friend of Cliff's, but also as a client of Cliff's, that he is able to offer it at this price and put in all that stuff that he normally sells on his site for such a low price, because he's doing a group coaching, which he just doesn't do that often. So I should say he does it often, but he does it in little chunks. This time he's doing from A to Z. I think that's what it's called, podcasting A to Z. So this is an endorsement as a friend and also a client of Cliff's, that you should definitely check it out if you're interested in podcasting. If you have more questions about it, you can obviously contact him or me. And thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and thanks for taking the time to listen to Business Tech Weekly and Linchpin Podcast and Be a Better Husband Podcast and all those podcasts. So have an awesome day. Thanks for listening. God bless.